career game. Make sure you live a like for real. I got 15 more games until March.
Time changes, new faces, old best friends, new strangers.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports Podcast live in Milwaukee at the sold-out Bradley Center. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. Hey, guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Larry Sanders?
Well, the one thing that you have to have in basketball is big men who can protect the rim, and that's what Sanders does. He's willing to go up and block shots, really patrol the paint, and protect that rim area.
Yeah, but there's nothing easy in the lane when Sanders is on the floor. You always have to be looking over your shoulder if you plan on putting up a shot with him around. If you look at Orlando, they've got a good chance to prove themselves in what is going to be a very difficult part of their schedule coming up. Guys, with the bulk of their games coming up on the road, it's going to be tough.
You know, Kevin, there's something about the road that gives a team a chance to really come together. It's you against the rest of the world can really bond and have a chance to become a closer unit, and oftentimes that can result in better basketball.
And that's what they'll be hoping for on this trip, Clark, because they've got to get something going right for them. It's been a struggle of late.
You know, one of the things you always hear about Aaron Aflalo, he's one of the most dedicated professionals in the game. A guy who every summer goes back to his hometown of Los Angeles and works on his game diligently. I mean, he's the kind of guy that always seems to get better year in and year out, just looking to grow as a ball player.
Sanders hits the jump hook. And it's Orlando's ball. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And they were really out-rebounded in that game, put them at a huge disadvantage.
Well, you get clobbered on the glass, it's always going to put you at a disadvantage, Steve. I mean, they needed to do a much better job of establishing position inside and then going after the ball.
Yeah, we're going to
You can't
lose.
just box out and have position. Go get the horn.
And Clark, going back to Aflalo, you ask his coaches, and they're going to tell you about his work ethic and Steve about his leadership.
Yeah, that really goes all the way back to high school and then, of course, in college at UCLA. A guy who wasn't the star player right away, but at each level, chipped away at it, continued to work, and develop into the player he's become.
Now here's Turkoglu. O.J. Mayo missing his last shot. And again, another one in from Vucevic. Vucevic has got his second basket.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Sanders. No good. Nice D from Vucevic.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Turkoglu dishes to Aflalo. Outside, Davis. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Knight. Orlando grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layup. It demoralizes the defense.
Just 5 on the clock. And Vucevic kicks to Nelson. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Red hot, right out of the gates. 4 for 4 shooting.
You know, in Larry Drew's case, it was a bit of an unusual situation once the season concluded. He was in the final year of his deal. The Hawks said we'll interview other candidates and left him free to interview for other head coaching positions, and he landed in Milwaukee.
Here's Turkle. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket.
I can't wait to play 2K21. After I downloaded it, I'm gonna go back to Madden.
Larry Sanders with the rebound. Well, Stephen, back to Coach Drew, of course, he ended up signing with the Bucks.
Well, that was an him to really help this team get the most out of its players, particularly defensively.
Mayo with it. Picked up by Davis. Here's Butler. And shot right there going in. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Knight against Nelson. Turkoglu outside. Out to Nelson. This one for three. And Sanders pulls it down. Sanders has got his third rebound tonight. The feed to Butler. Ring shot on the way. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times. Because, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
And offensively, you'll find him often lurking on those corners. Always a high percentage shot among three-pointers, and especially for him.
Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to New Orleans.
Their defense got absolutely destroyed in that game, guys. They weren't closing out on the perimeter shooters. They were allowing people to get into the paint, score from point-blank range. Just an overall abysmal effort.
Yeah, something was missing, no doubt about that. They let an opponent shoot a really high percentage, and that's got to be a concern going forward.
And now the first timeout called here for the matchup.
He just is not happy without how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
Sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresh will give you a chance to pull together.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Now, here's Oladipo. They had a 12-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Price against Harris. The fader and the basket by Maxfield. That is
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Larry Drew said to his team. He emphasized the need to set good, hard screens at the offensive end. He said the pick-and-roll opportunities are going to be there for them as long as they time those screens correctly. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
And the first one drops.
He knows how to use his body in a physical manner, and he can step out and knock it down from 15 feet, too.
The Pachulia, originally from the Republic of Georgia in Eastern Europe, and has played most of his career in Atlanta, Georgia.
Probably a little different. Atlanta.
It is, Steve. It is a lot different, actually, than the Republic of Georgia.
Just a little. But he's really solidified his place in the league. Tough, throws his weight around, draws fouls. All the things you like in a backup center.
Orlando shooting their first free throw of the night here. That's good from Harkless.
Well, the Bucks playing here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, one of the older arenas in the NBA at around a quarter century. And the Bucks have said they'll leave Milwaukee after the 2017 season unless a new arena is built.
Here's Middleton. Feeds it to Pachulia. And it's good.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Magic have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Good. Plenty of free throws tonight.
Well, you take a look at the numbers, guys. They're shooting 74% on the season.
And guys, you know what?
Orlando making a change to Harkless. To Nicholson. 6 on the shot clock. Magic moving the ball around. By Neal. Nice back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
This could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
And keeping us updated from the sideline.
Ball for him. Really efficient night from the field. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by Steve Histand.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. We'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal and on your resume so you can call
shooting, Oladipo has a chance to be a star.
Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Maxime. Davis comes in for Andrew Nicholson. And Turkoglu is subbed in for Maurice Harkins. And so it's Milwaukee with it. They trail by 3, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more. And back to Oladipo. And Steve, you mentioned his shooting touch still a little inconsistent, but Clark, more of a smasher at the college level that maybe could see an improved shot as he goes to the pros.
Well, he certainly has his fans among NBA GMs. The athleticism is there. The work ethic is there. I thought his shot improved dramatically during his college career, so this is a kid that I think is going to just continue to get better and better.
Free throw, no good for Butler.
Caron Butler is one of those rock-solid, steady vets. Just a pro's pro, we call him. Entering the final year of his contract, you know he's looking to be aggressive out there.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Mayo, that's good. Clark and Steve, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
Yeah, how about that last lead change, guys? That's number 7 for the game.
Now here's a Flalo. He had 15 points last outing. Turkoglu dishes to Nelson. Shot clock at 6. Orlando needs to get off a shot. And Davis can't get it to go. Here. Nelson off the pick from Davis. Nelson, the pass to Davis. Butler against Turkoglu. Davis with a screen on Butler. Back to Nelson. Butler against Turkoglu. Another miss by Orlando. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Mayo, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Mayo's got the lead up to 3.
Finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And, you know, out of Turkey, Ersan Ilyasova, interesting combination of talents. I mean, he's one of the more intriguing guys in the league when you watch him closely. He's not the biggest or the burliest, and he's got a toughness about him that shows itself on the offensive glass. He's also a really good outside shooter, able to play that spread 4 role.
Turkoglu outside. Here's Vucevic, covered by Pachulia. The inside shot, and in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Davis. And Clark, you mentioned Ilyasova. He had that breakthrough season in 2011 and 12, and after the early slump, continued to deliver Steve last year.
Well, he's a great combination of being an outside shooter, but having interior toughness. I think he defines kind of the modern-day hybrid 4. He's a power forward who can guard multiple positions on the perimeter.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Yes, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Jacques Vaughn said to the team. He doesn't want them settling for outside shots anymore. He wants their points to come at the rim. Look for them to really start attacking that basket. He also talked about their perimeter defense. He does not want to see anyone getting easy outside opportunities. He wants their defense to blanket those outside shooters. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Turkoglu kicks to Davis. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, they're not shooting as many from out.
One opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Tied up.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's the 3. Middleton can't get it to go.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet, anyway.
And it's Vucevic missing. Here's Knight. shot no good. Tie game in Milwaukee. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Karan, what do you take away from the first half of play as to what the team needs to do when you guys come out to start the second? Karan, thanks for the time. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. I'm Damon Bruce. Thanks for joining us on the halftime show. The Bucks have been battling, and defensively
ain't 14
they've
and
done a good
40.
job grabbing rebounds, limiting second chance for Caron Butler. And Orlando also bringing it. Things haven't been going very well for them this season. Nikola Vucevic making a big contribution. He's chipped in 4 points and, as usual, a big factor on the glass. That will be all for us. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.
Halftime report presented by Sprint. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. One guy has been getting it done is O.J. Mayo.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
So on the floor for Orlando, Nelson and Aflalo combine a guard. Davis at the 4 and Vucevic at the 5. And it's Turkoglu in at the 3 slot. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
Really was a very strong season, guys, for Jameer Nelson as he bounced back in a big way. You know, he got his scoring up and was acting as a playmaker at a much higher level than what we were accustomed to seeing from him.
Now, here is Knight. Intercepted. Nelson outside. Passes to Turkoglu. Aflalo left side. Up to the right wing. Here's Nelson. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Nelson's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Magic. Clark, you just mentioned the uptick in assists for Jameer Nelson. He's the Magic's franchise record holder in assists with over 3,000.
You know, I would have guessed that Scott Skiles had more than that.
Me too.
Skiles had so many back in the day, but it just shows you the consistency and the production that Nelson has given that team over almost a decade now.
Here's Nelson after the made shot from Sanders. Vucevic with the bucket.
Jameer Nelson dropping a delicious dime there.
The Bucks trail. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Sanders dishes to Ilyasova. Knight passes to Sanders. Back to Knight. Nelson with the steal. Here's Aflalo. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Sanders' shot is good.
The bounce pass was the key to the play.
The Magic have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Now a timeout called by Orlando. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. He said to his players, we can do a lot of damage if we get more aggressive about driving the lane and taking it into the teeth of this defense. Also, he said that he'd like them to operate quickly on offense, finding and taking shots early in the shot clock. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Now should be done.
For that, Doris.
Almost
And
done.
there's the whistle on the shot.
All we're trying to
The
do is
foul,
just make
shot
it
misses.
to April.
You got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Free throw drops for Aflalo.
look at how Aaron Aflalo came into this league and how he plays now, I mean, he's gone from being just a defensive specialist to a starter that can put up some solid offensive numbers as well.
Harkless is checked in for Orlando. And Aflalo drops the both. And for Aflalo, he's had the ball in his hands more and more.
And he's improved penetrating and creating his own shot. He used to be more of a spot-up shooter, but really expanded his offensive game. Even can mix in a little post-up game as well.
Now, here is Knight. He's got 5.
Oh.
5 on the clock. Here's Harris with the second effort.
Oh, come on, you gotta make those.
He's always going to have a different
by Harris. 3-pointer, Nelson. A nice shot by Knight. Orlando with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Nelson kicks to Maxiel. Back to Nelson. Terrific design on the pick foot, and he lays it in. Nelson's got 10 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And Ilyasova kicks this in. Knight, that's a 2-pointer. Nelson against Knight. And the basket by Maxey.
So
Give me the ball.
Great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, I was able to
Because
listen in on
Knight,
what Jacques Vaughn was
he
going
making
over with
shots,
the
but
better teamwork. That was the
we
message
just keep
he was
missing.
drumming home
We need a
to
new
them. He
point
said,
guard.
we need better shots.
Yeah.
Work the ball around and find the open man.
I got you.
He also told them they need a strong presence on the defensive glass. He does not want second chance points to be their downfall. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Here's Delfino after the make shot from Adil. Here's Yvonne. Kicks to Delfino. Latrey. Nicholson grabs the board. Magic leading by 8. Nelson inside.
Yeah, we gonna lose.
Out the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Glenn Davis is checked in for Maxey. And Ilyasova kicks to Harris. He dishes it to Ridnour. Back to Harris. Over to the left wing. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Magic have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Davis setting the pick for Turkoglu. The pass to Lamb. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about.
The Magic have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. Free throw drops for Lamb. And the Bucks.
Bro.
And Lamb drops them both. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Ridnour, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. They'll make it tough to come back. And the start of double-digit ball game. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
There was a beautiful pass, nice, intelligent basketball. The execution was perfect, and that pass set up the open 3.
Bucks trail by 12. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. Mayo out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Butler in at the small forward.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Price outside. He feeds it to Turkoglu. Turkoglu gets the screen from Vucevic. Clock at 6. Turkoglu dishes to Davis. That's good.
Inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now here's Sanders. Can't get it to go.
Sanders
Great
keep
defense that
freaking
time from
missing,
Vucevic.
man.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
For 3, Price. Can't get it to go. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. Knight against Turkoglu. Shoots from 12. That's good from Mayo on the assist from Sanders. 8 points for O.J. Mayo.
He was considered the top player in his high school class. Very, very high.
Hear what Jacques Vaughn said to the team. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
Now here is Davis. 6'4" player. Some people saw him as a guy who could play point guard, shooting guard. He's just a player. He can do a lot of things on the floor.
He's a decent ball handler, but he's a shooting guard. And he can be a little bit of a combo guy, but for the most part, he's out there to score. And most of those points coming off jump shots.
Here is Davis. After the made shot from
I'm
Ilyasova.
never gonna lose my controller.
And the best a great opportunity. 3-point play. Let's look at the energy stats on the hustle. Now here is Harris. And the call will be against Jameer Nelson. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Here is Ilyasova. Mayo the best to Sanders. And out of bounds is the Magic will gain possession. And upcoming the schedule for the Orlando Magic. Their next game is at Quicken
We are
Loans
making
Arena in
a
Cleveland.
hit,
And the
man.
Cavaliers. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Turkoglu kicks to Davis. And good coming off the assist from Hedo Turkoglu. And that's 13 points for Davis.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Butler dishes to Harris.
Got him.
Harris, right side.
Oh my God, bro.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Ilyasova, a screen on a follow. Mayo the best to Ilyasova. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Mistakes
Better not make
after
a habit of
mistakes
giving him
after
that shot. I mean,
mistakes.
he doesn't miss many of them.
Nelson kicks to Aflalo. To the wing right side. Turkoglu dishes to Vucevic. Right block shot. Here's Davis. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Davis has got 11.
Prepare for it, because I'm trying to get this series over with.
Listened in on Larry Drew's huddle. He said they need to start attacking in the open court. He doesn't want to see them operating in a strictly half-court offense. He wants their tempo to become more of a weapon. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And here's Mayo for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 11 points for O.J. Mayo.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. This game.
And I think this was an excellent all-around performance for Orlando.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points. 15th win of the year for them.
Well, they put themselves in the driver's seat.
No matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means a lot.
And Butler, here we go. So the first one drops, and that brings them within single digits. Orlando making some changes. Jason Maxiels checked in for Vucevic. Nicholson comes in for Davis. And it's Oladipo in for Turkoglu. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And Lamb kicks to Price. Price off a pick from Nichols. Now here's Lamb, covered by Middleton. Shot clock at 5. Nicholson. Here's Harris. Missed. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And that'll wrap it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and thanks for tuning in.
Alright, if you enjoyed the video, my name is Jaquavius Leonard Harris. Man, we couldn't get nothing done, man. They was just playing good defense, that's all it was. But, yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next video. On the next episode, we'll be versing the Denver Nuggets. So, yeah, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video.